Right.
Now it really is your life
be?
because it's your wife.
It's my life or my wife?
It's your life.
And
I better get used to it.
Hi, honey. We're so glad to have you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be
Did
here.
you bring Rosie too?
I did not
Your
bring
dog?
Rosie, but I did find out that Tara is leaving and there might be a job opening. Just saying.
Saying
Tara, the
Tara,
receptionist.
the receptionist
Oh,
here. So yeah,
okay.
today's her last day.
well, Bebe is.
Wait a minute. I didn't mean me. I meant you.
Oh no, I think they want you.
No.
We all
She's been retired a long time. She's good. She's good at it.
Really, I have
We
it
all
down pat.
instantly thought of you.
I mean, Tom tells the story that I have been retired now longer than I worked. And I worked at AT&T for 27 years, and they had an early buyout that I participated in. So
It's the very first thing he said in this interview. I'm going to tell you. Yes,
I
it
think
is.
he's proud of that.
Yes.
So I'm going to teach him the ropes.
And I've also asked her or suggested on many occasions to get a job. The three words that you never say
To your wife.
in our household.
No.
No, never say
I
that.
cannot even tell you what the response to that is.
Can't say it on the radio.
And I would say, I have a job, and it's you. And it's full time.
So talk about that. I mean, because we have just gone through all of the different things that he has done over the last, 30 some years.
I know,
and
it
30,
is amazing when I think
unbelievable,
about it.
all of the things that he has done.
I am so proud of you.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Proud of you.
Oh, thank
and my
you.
wife and our 37th anniversary coming up next Tuesday.
That's right.
Very good.
That's
Very
right.
good.
And in 37 years, you've never been home longer than a day or two. So this is going to be very fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Janet Creighton asked him if he wanted to serve on a board or something.
Yes.
I think he said that was at your urging, right?
Probably.
So tell me, I mean, what's it been like? You've watched him, from, I don't want to say afar because you're right next to him all the time, and you've been right there with him. I mean, to see all of this.
We met in the Wheel Cafe.
I'm not surprised about that. The stories of the Wheel Cafe. Was it election night by any chance?
No, but that was always a fun night.
Yes, it was.
Election night at the Wheel with the board right next door.
Yeah, Board
the
of Elections.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Mhm.
We just go back and forth. Yeah. No, I just have to say that I forgot already what I was going to say. Oh, how proud I am to be the First Lady and to be able to follow him around and go to places and have people be so nice and so kind and so happy to see us. It's just, I mean, it never got old. It just warmed my heart. I mean, everywhere we go, it's been amazing. And I will cherish many, many memories. My favorite is riding in the car at the Hall of Fame parade and hearing people call your name and waving at you and saying, good job, and 4 more years. And it's just, it's heartwarming, and I will have these memories forever.
And they were wonderful. And what about the year, though, that I wore the Thurman Munson
Oh, my golly.
New York Yankees 15, get him in the Hall of Fame jersey?
Yeah. People were not happy.
Because it was the Yankees.
Yes, because all they saw was the Yankee. And Tom would be in the car, and he'd be turning his back going, no.
I remember that.
Oh,
I
no.
remember seeing that. Obviously, because I always broadcast the parade on the radio, and I was like, "What is he wearing a Yankees
People
jersey
said
for?"
mean things, and like she said, I think we should get out of the car and run for it.
No, I said, take your shirt off.
Oh my gosh, that's
But
great.
no.
Well, I had Frank Forcioni here, Judge Forcioni. And Janet, and we were talking, and I laughed because I told him we're going to do a little talk about your life, and he brings a folder filled with papers.
I didn't know that we were doing
his
a talk
normal
about
thing,
my life.
And we talked about him being a taskmaster and being a kind of a workaholic and just
Yes.
And you see him as that too?
No. I don't. At home, as long as there's nothing pressing, pressing right away happening, at home he's very relaxed. We have a very fun time, and we talk to the grandkids a lot on the phone, and we enjoy just the simple things. So no,
See
I
there,
cannot
that's
see
it.
that.
That's how you make
Yeah.
it work, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
The simple things after I get home. This is after she's been out partying
Yeah.
all day long.
And shopping, we all like that, right?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
He's,
But
you know,
he's.
yeah.
I don't think people realize how kind and generous Tom is, because when he's in work mode, he's in work mode. But when he's not, he's wonderful.
Yeah, I would agree. He's a very kind human being. Very, very, always asking people about, family members and things like that. And yeah, I think there's a lot. That's part of the reason why I wanted to talk to him today, was because I think there are a lot of people that don't really know everything about him. I mean, as far as, what he's done over the years. There are even people in this building who are new, relatively new. And I say, oh, you didn't know he was a county commissioner, or you didn't know he did this?
Law director.
The law director, way back when I first met him, and
Is that when you called him the best dressed man? Remember that?
I do remember that.
Because I have in the spare room, I have a shelf just with a lot of Tom's accolades, and one of them is a clock. And I think it was from WHBC, and it says, taped to it, it says, best dressed man.
Oh my gosh.
Because I think you used to tease him.
We did used to tease him about that. I don't remember how long ago that was.
It was a long time ago.
See? And when I used to go to city council every single Monday, that was miserable.
Was that fun?
No. I'm sorry. Did I say that?
So, Tom, how many more city council meetings do you have?
I think there might be 2.
But who's counting,
yes,
right?
Exactly. No, we've had a countdown for a while now.
Yeah, and I asked him, I said, what are you going to do now? What are you going to do? What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know.
Just more visiting of grandkids and things like that, you think?
Yeah, a lot of that. I know he has college buddies he wants to visit, and of course grandkids, and it'll be nice going to visit them in California for longer than 2 days. So yeah. But whatever. I'll jump on a plane and go to Florida for a weekend in the winter. It's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good.
That's awesome. He's going to do whatever you say. See there? One thing before.
Wait a minute. I want to hear him say that.
Go ahead. Say it.
Sorry.
That you're going to do whatever I say.
I would assert my Fifth Amendment.
The Fifth Amendment.
It's not to answer that question.
Okay.
Before I let you go, one thing I want you to talk about is your dad.
Oh,
you have to talk about your dad.
My dad was just a awesome, wonderful father. Not really a taskmaster. Much more in his pride. My dad was a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was a lawyer who practiced law probably from about 1929 till 1991. That he passed away.
Wow.
He and I had an office in the record building, and I had left the office in order to become law director full time, but I still had a desk there, and I would see him every day, and I saw him the night before he passed away, but my dad still went to the office every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was a Wednesday, he had a client. Tuesday afternoon, I think that he had played golf in the Elks League in '85. He saw a golf magazine saying, how long of a drive can I hit, and how do I get 20 more yards out of my drive, and so forth. And he may have had a martini or a Manhattan that night.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a client in his office on Wednesday morning, and he got up out of his desk and walked down the hallway in the record building, room 820, because I've told Steve Kuhn, and I've shown Steve and some of the people there on the renovations to the building, and he had a heart attack and died right there.
Oh my gosh.
He was a wonderful man. He was a wonderful father-in-law.
A wonderful man, and really.
Can I tell one story about Joe Bernabei?
Everybody.
Can I tell a story?
Yeah.
We took Dorothy and Joe to, what was the name in
Greenbrier.
The Greenbrier for, yes, to golfing and just have a fun weekend. And Joe Bernabei, he liked his little martini or so. So we're at dinner and they had music and people were starting to dance. And Joe and I got up there and we started to do a striptease, taking off your little coat and dancing, and people were clapping. And Joe was already in his 80s then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was just great fun. He was a wonderful man. And Tom gets a lot of his charm, I think, from Joe.
Yeah, my dancing charm.
No, not that.
And I remember how important he was, and you talked about him all the time, yeah.
Yep, and he was married. They were married for
long.
I'm trying to think what year they got married, but they were married for 60-some years.
60-some years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was very, very blessed.
Yep.
So, one final message to Cantonians here, or Stark Countyans for that matter, for everything that you've done.
Well, I thank them for trusting in me, for voting for me, for having confidence when we put issues on the ballot for them to consider, and for their friendship and warmth, and really all the nice things that they've said and done, and for all of the people in the community, because again, this doesn't work just with elected officials or just with that group or this group. Everybody's got to be in the boat pulling in the same direction, or almost everybody at the same time. And we just have so many people that are dedicated, to the community. Whether you see, hundreds and hundreds of volunteers at the Hall of Fame events every year, at the parade, at all of the events, or whether you see them at United Way or some other social services dinner or get together, or working behind the scenes on everything. We fund so many entities too through the city of Canton. We see so many small programs as well as large programs. It's just incredible what it takes to put it together. And of course, I think WHBC, as I always do. Pam's been great. WHBC has been great for the community, and the Fun Fest, but so many other things.